Hi Collective, let's do an in-depth read and see what we can get. I'm going to start with this deck and see how we get along. It's been a while since I've done a full one on YouTube. How are you? I hope you're all keeping well. I'm going to start going back onto YouTube for the longer reads. So first card, we have a fire sign. Sagittarius, Aries and Leo coming up here, and we have fearless soul. This talks about being courageous, taking chances, living in the moment, being bold kind of energy. Okay, so there's a lot of people here who's not thinking of your feelings. I'm getting that they weren't thinking of your feelings, past tense. People who are very thoughtless with the energy of out of sight, out of mind. You feeling this way, feeling like people had that energy towards you. You went into this energy with glow within. Whoever I'm talking to, you went within. You had a full self-analysis about yourself. You had a full self-analysis about other people, and you walked through this experience full of love for yourself. So you questioned yourself. You questioned if it was something you were doing. You questioned fearlessly why other people was treating you like this. And you came out realizing that you are somebody who's full of love. You pour into other people. Well, here we have other people not doing that. Okay. Now let me see. I'm coming in with another deck. I'm going to use the messages of love, so I will go bounce between quite a few decks here as we're doing it, and you'll see me sliding them over so that when I put them back it's quicker for me to unsort them. Time, unexpected outcome, unappreciated, broken. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to, there was this period of feeling broken. This says, I feel shattered about this situation. Okay, because you were feeling very unappreciated. Talks about, I felt like you didn't care. So again, this goes back to feeling like somebody is being dismissive, not thinking of your feelings, not returning the energy. You felt like they didn't care. You felt very unappreciated here. This unexpected outcome talks about things didn't go the way I planned. So you obviously had other intentions for this connection, that you thought that it was going to be equal give and take with that unexpected outcome. And time here saying, I'm afraid it's too late to take action. But what I'm getting from this is time is a healer. You did not think that this time would work out like this. You thought that it would be equal give and take, where you would get the love sent back. And it's almost, I'm getting that really heavy time because there's mistakes on the bottom of the deck. I'm getting like, this says, I wish I could right my wrongs. So yeah, it's confirmed here with the unfinished business. What I'm getting is somebody who has fallen into the energy of going, I'm running out of time when it comes to finding somebody who will treat me properly and return the same kind of love back, because you're in this energy of feeling so upset, so unappreciated by people. It's this energy of resignation almost, that there's a lot of wrong choices when it comes to staying too long with people or getting into connections with people who didn't appreciate you. Okay, with unfinished business cards. Oh, this is saying your story isn't over yet. Not by a long shot. We're going to look into that now for you and what's coming up. But with the unexpected outcome card, I'm really getting this feeling of my life was not supposed to turn out like this. I made mistakes, but a resignation to it of like, my time is running out, it's too late now. And it's not. It's not. No way. You don't get to give up like that. No, no, no. As I said to somebody recently, and I think I've said it more than once to people, exes who messed up don't get to take your happy ever after away from you just because they messed up. They don't get it. They don't get that. No, they mess it up for themselves. They don't get to mess it up for you. Let's see what's coming out. Okay, so I can see that with third party coming up here, that there was a lot of third party influences here. you feeling left out in the cold, because you're somebody who's very loyal by nature, with a lot of passion for the people that you involve yourself in. Like, you're very honest with them, and because you're very honest, you would like that back in return, obviously, and you weren't getting that. With fear talking about holding back and overthinking, followed by the inner child, the childhood wounds I'm picking up here. You're such a loving and loyal person, but you question yourself when it comes to speaking up about third parties and other situations. Like, you second guess. If you have suspicions of a third party, you second guess if it's your childhood wounds making you think like that, or your childhood wounds making you hold back because of that, is what I'm getting. So you'd rather say nothing. It's the energy, or just like gaslighting. It's gaslighting. Sometimes we can, whether this person has gaslit you into believing that it was your inner wounds, or you gaslighting yourself through programming over the years, through mental conditioning and mental programming over the years, you thinking that it was your childhood issues that was making you go down that line. If you don't trust somebody, you don't trust them, okay? And sometimes, yes, sometimes childhood issues can create scenarios like that where you're more prone to being suspect. But at the end of the day, if you have suspicions of your partner or somebody that you're dating, anybody, if you have suspicions of anybody, you have a duty of care to yourself to ask those questions. And if the other person gets offended by it, then that's their problem. You have a right to ask if you're suspicious, you know. And if they're not doing anything wrong, I don't see what the problem is. There's obviously a difference between asking and pestering somebody and being possessive and all that, right? There's a big difference between the two, but you do have a right to ask that person. If you have concerns, you have a right to address your concerns. Your feelings are just as important, they're just as valid, okay? You could be conflict avoiding, okay? You were trying to avoid conflict, but instead you ended up, this talks about being confused on how to move forward. Okay, so sometimes, you know, in a healthy connection, conflict is an opportunity for growth. For example, a healthy debate, there's a difference. There's a difference, okay? There's a difference between a debate and an argument. So conflict can be healthy. We have unexpected, we have contemplation, talking about big decisions, we have acknowledgement and healing coming up here, and we have an extrovert who has a lot to say. So I'm getting that you are on this healing journey that I have just said, that you're going to have this unexpected outcome where you're not going to hold back anymore. Where you held back before, there's this moment of healing where you're like, you know what? Anymore, if I'm thinking something, I'm contemplating something, I'm going to speak up and I'm going to say it, and I'm not going to let fear hold me back. I'm going to say it loud and I'm going to say it proud. This is what I'm getting. But that's part of your healing work, and it's important. There's communication coming in here. Communication with a love offer being put on the table. Asking for forgiveness and extending an apology got to do with issues of betrayal, lies, secrets and deceit. After, with this retreat card, some kind of let's get away together. So whether it's a day trip or an actual vacation somewhere, it's like let's get away somewhere and talk, and just the two of us, I'm hearing. But this kind of, can you forgive me? Competition. This person had eyes on another. Okay. You're being told to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. With affection card, this talks about touchy forehead kisses, open door. You could have been suspicious about this situation, that this person had eyes on another, after you've seen this person's interactions with that person. A bit close for comfort kind of energy. So if it was in person, it would have been very much like sitting too close together, their hands on each other, being affectionate, like a bit too in their personal space kind of energy, or expressions of affection and messages even, or something on those lines here. And your intuition told you, it was trying to tell you about this. Like your intuition kicked off here that there was competition, that there was another third party here. And you were right. You were right. There's a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio coming up here as being relevant. So there's 3 people on the table. There's yourself, your person, and the other person. So we got fire and we've got water out on the table for signs, okay? It'll be somewhere in the charts where we have a lot of clarity, a lot of seeing things clearly, thinking clearly when it comes to priorities. Okay, and we have the clingy card, talking about still holding on, won't let go of your love. And we have the self-love card, talking about going within and treating yourself. So whoever I'm talking to, you're on this healing journey, and as time goes along, the more self-love you pour into yourself, the more you start to see things clearly. I have that this other person's going to be still clinging on to you, coming back, wanting forgiveness, wanting another chance. But you have a lot of clarity when it comes to priorities, when it comes to what you'll accept and what you won't accept. The more self-love that you pour into yourself, the more that you're going to get this clarity about your future, what you want and what you don't want as time goes on. So I'm getting somebody who's in a hurt energy, actively healing, and then this overcoming in, but a lot of self-love and a lot of energy of going within before that. Where I have action here, taking action, sending a message here to close the distance emotionally, physically here, asking with redemption, asking for forgiveness. This person sending a message here, quite possibly from a physical location distance, like not from, this person must be at a distance from you in some way. It could only be the other side of town, but this is what I'm getting here with this. Asking, can they redeem themselves, needing your forgiveness. With the spying card, talks about obsessed, infatuation, social media. Okay, so this person now has this real obsessive need to get your forgiveness. This is why this person's coming in, but they're coming in, they want a second chance. Now it's going to be up to you what you do and what you don't do, but your suspicions on this person having another person were confirmed in this reading. If this is for you, obviously it won't be for everyone. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but you'll know if this reading's for you or not. Okay, your intuition was correct. This person gaslit you. Okay, then you gaslit yourself and you held back out of fear of speaking up. No, this person doesn't get to do that to you again. If you take this person back, don't let them gaslight you or play your mind like that again. Okay, it's up to you whether you take this person back or not, but there has to be, draw those boundaries for yourself. Okay, and reconciliation and coming back together, it's here, it's on the table. So what I would say from this is, don't go back into this energy of being introverted, holding back, not saying much, just because it's a soulmate that you don't want to lose, because you're worried about the intimacy between the two of you. Okay, and there's the twin flame card. Okay, and there's the fire sign again, Sagittarius, Aries and Leo. Okay, so obviously a karmic partner has come into the mix here, trying to upset the boat here with the happiness, but we do have the good karma and the celebration here, and a life partner with forever potential. And you've been told, relax, step back and trust your guides here, but maintain those boundaries when your person comes back. Okay, you have to. This person is secretly still watching you. Okay, with this secret admirer card saying, I have a crush on you. Okay, so they are still watching, and that goes back to this spying energy. So whether it's spying online or to see your online status, if it's in DMs or whatever, but I do have, as the dust settles, this person coming in here, okay? Yeah, there has been a leaving and a moving forward situation, because the attraction between the two of you is so magnetic here that it creates this excitement, and it almost feels like a new love cycle coming in. Beware of jealousy, issues of jealousy, and you've been told release any feelings of jealousy if you were to take this person back. Take them back on a clean slate for you both, because we do have lessons here, lessons that were learnt when it came to holding back secrets, okay? You could have dreams or visions here with divine guidance at this time. You can trust it when it comes to commitments and offers of loyalty. This person is showing up as in regret missing you, okay? So trust, surrender, and go with the flow here. It'll be up to you what you do when this person comes in. That is what I'm getting. Anybody looking at private reading, it's only bookable through my website, melissagivens.co.uk. Take care of yourselves. Bye.